Like everything about this election, the threat that I believe President Trump poses to our national security and where we are as a country is extreme. His erratic policies and failures to uphold basic democratic principles have muddled our reputation and our place in the world, and I quite frankly believe our ability to lead the world.
Former Vice President Joe Biden unveiling his vision for America's foreign policy in a speech that happened just last hour, including some sharp contrast with President Trump. It's another opportunity for Biden to reboot his campaign and pivot to his strengths, following what some have called a rocky performance in last month's debates. But the pivot to foreign policy is not without risks, as it opens up Biden to criticism on an arguably hawkish record, including, of course, his support for the Iraq War. Joining me now to discuss this, NBC News correspondent Mike Memoli, Republican strategist Susan Del Percio, and back with me, Senior Director of Progressive Programming for Sirius XM, Zerlina Maxwell. Susan and Zerlina are both MSNBC political analysts. Thanks to all of you for being here. So, Mike, I have to start with you. You are there listening to Biden's speech. Break it down. What did he say, and did he do an effective job of really trying to redirect the conversation after that rocky debate performance?
Well, Kristen, I think we all expected to hear a lot from former Vice President Joe Biden about President Trump, and certainly we did. He described his administration as dangerously incompetent, sometimes corrupt. He said that it would be catastrophic to reelect President Trump for another 4 years. He described that Helsinki summit with President Vladimir Putin as one of the most shameful performances by an American president on foreign stage. Now, in terms of what was new, we did get a little bit of a glimpse into what a Biden presidency would look like. But, Kristen, as somebody who I covered the Obama administration with, we often talk about Trump's foreign policy as being simply undoing a lot of what President Obama did. Take a listen to how Joe Biden talked about what his goals would be and how much of that is simply undoing what Donald Trump is.
We believe in freedom of religion. That's why we'll end the Muslim ban. We believe in the power of free press. That's why I'll return immediately to daily press briefings in the White House. I'll reverse Trump's detrimental asylum policies. The Biden administration would immediately end the horrific practice of separating families at our borders.
Of course, foreign policy is seen as one of Joe Biden's biggest strengths, and more than some specifics, this was an effort by the former vice president to remind Democratic voters of that. Not necessarily cataloging his experience, but he said at one point that, given the stakes of what happened over the last 4 years with President Trump, there's really only one opportunity to reset this democracy, to get it right. He's obviously arguing he's the Democrat best capable of doing that most quickly and most effectively.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.